We will open the book. Its pages are blank. We are going to put words on them ourselves. The book is called Opportunity, and its first chapter is New Year's Day. When we left off last year's letter, I had just completed my firefighter courses, which meant 2010 started with finding a new job. I started back at the same industry that I've been involved in for the last 8 years with a company called HSE. A big difference this time is that I am now also a firefighter. Working with HSE most of the summer at the Wapassu camp near Fort McMurray, I was able to hone my skills and gain invaluable experience as a firefighter, including many hours practice at driving some big fire trucks. Lots of fun. In addition to it being a municipal fire hall, they also have a busy little medical clinic attached, so I was able to practice my patient care skills as well. I also worked at other sites around Alberta, but this was my favorite, so I will be happy to accept a permanent full-time position there starting just after New Year's. I also started a first aid training company. We call it Safe Teach. SAFE is actually an acronym which stands for Safety and First Aid Education. You can check out the website at safe-teach.com. I've taught first aid for many years, but mostly within the old company. Now I can do it for myself. In the spring, one of our big projects around the house had to do with our front yard. I've always been somewhat perturbed that so much of the tiny bit of land we city dwellers own is almost useless. I mean, really, what do most people in the city use their front yard for? So, when Heather approached me with an idea to transform our front yard, I was excited, although at the time still cautious. I didn't want to waste a lot of time and money doing something I would regret later. So together, after much planning, we started the transformation. I don't think either of us envisioned the amount of work it ended up being, but to our credit, we hung in there when we needed to and worked like dogs to get it done before planting time. As a bonus, we were able to salvage everything but the soil from construction site waste and recycling usable pieces from a rotted deck. May long weekend, Heather was a busy lady planting all the seedlings that had been growing in our dining room since February. Then, of course, we had 2 inches of snow, almost the next day. Ugh! The cold killed our tomatoes, squash, pumpkins, watermelon, etc. Oh well, start over. So when our sad little green seedlings actually turned into a thriving, productive, bountiful garden, it was very exciting. Besides vegetables, we also planted blueberries, strawberries, rhubarb, apples, and Saskatoons. Our yard became exceedingly popular to passers-by as well, not to mention many neighborhood critters. We had so many compliments, it was funny. Sure was nice to have fresh vegetables again, yummy and so much better for a person. It was a great learning experience, both planting and preserving, and we're looking forward to doing it all again, starting with a kitchen full of seedlings only a few weeks from now. But even more rewarding than watching our garden grow and mature was getting to watch the kids do the same. It was an eventful year, with all of them bringing home big news and exciting changes. Danielle completed her Bachelor of Arts at Concordia University in April, and shortly thereafter received word that she was accepted into their after-degree Bachelor of Education program. Of course, she was the only one who ever had any doubt. She's been doing well and will get to start her classroom placements in the new year. Her thought right now is that she may be interested in teaching grade 2 or exploring some non-teaching career options in the education field. That was the highlight of her year. Well, until October anyway. One evening back in October, Sean Boyle, Danielle's longtime boyfriend, called me up wanting to meet for coffee. We met and he asked me, "Any idea why I might have asked to meet with you?" I said, "Well, I can think of one." And sure enough, about a week later, on the top of a mountain in Banff, he got down on one knee and... you know the rest. Everybody is so excited for them. They're planning a very small summer 2011 wedding. I think just friends and immediate family. Dana followed through on her plans of returning to school after taking last year off. She's enrolled in the General Sciences program, also at Concordia. She hopes to transfer to the Dental Hygiene program at the U of A next year. She is playing saxophone in the college band and working at the Children's Place, a kids' clothing store. I'm excited for her future and glad to see her pursuing her dreams. Dallas is in grade 11 this year, although that's not so much news as an interference in her otherwise busy social life. She continued her guitar lessons over 2010. It's nice to see her finding enjoyment in music. She's really come along well, and is at a place where she can play for enjoyment rather than having it always feel like practicing. In June, she finally reached her long-awaited Sweet 16, and we enjoyed a special day celebrating the beautiful young woman she's becoming. But Dallas's real news of the year is getting her driver's license. She's already managed to total 11 cars, and the police refer to her admiringly as the fastest girl on the road. Actually, she's a very good, sensible driver and is very much enjoying her new freedom, although it does still give her dad a gray hair or two. Dave turned 3 this year, so that's a big deal. No longer a baby, he's now a little man, unless you ask his mummy. Turning 3 is very special at the best of times, but when you turn 3 and have a lobster party, you know you're living. That's just one of many examples of Dave's uniqueness. Halloween was another. For a couple months leading up to the event, any time he was asked what he wanted to be, he would answer, "A log." This made it challenging. After all, we had to make sure that if David was a log, that his costume was unique enough that we could tell him apart from all the other logs out there. That was his mummy's department. Being very creative as she is, she made David a log costume, and he was as happy as could be. So, what does a dad dress up as when his kid is a log? Why, a lumberjack, of course. One of the great things about being a dad is you get to teach your kids all about the important things in life. Things like hockey, music. Whenever Dad gets out his guitar, Dave will help by either accompanying on a form of percussion, or at the very least he turns the pages and chooses which songs Dad plays. How to spend man time. That's when Dave and Daddy can really have fun. I have had the distinct pleasure of introducing David to Mario Kart. He is hilarious sitting in his Jeep with a Wii steering wheel in his hands. I like it because he's the only kid I can still win against. I know I better enjoy it while it lasts. But life for a man can't be all fun and games. A guy's gotta work too. Dave is no exception. He worked on the front yard transformation. He helps take care of the puppies. He likes to help Daddy with the renovations that are still underway. He especially likes Daddy's cordless drill. Definitely all boy. The Coleys have started to calm down somewhat, so there's a light at the end of that endless puppyhood tunnel. Well, sort of. Molly is, as she has always been, a sweet, well-behaved girl. Amy, although still in need of Ritalin, surprised us all by attending obedience class, and actually passing this time. They were joined by our new addition, an 8-year-old male Catahoula named Dakota, who we affectionately call Beast. We got him from the Humane Society. Actually, we've got him from there more than once, as well as the local dog catcher, various private homes, a vet's office once or twice. Keeping him contained turned out to be something of an adventure. I still need to replace a screen or two, some door trim, gates, figure out how to add another 8 feet on top of our existing, easily hurdled 6-foot fence. He's a character for sure, but we love him, and interestingly, he fits right in. I've been fortunate, with all the ups and downs of the past year, to share everything with my best friend. Heather and I are a great team, and together have accomplished more than either one of us could do apart. She's working as a cook at a daycare, and spends her spare time keeping the men of the house from being too destructive, although those vetoed adventures tend to be some of our most awesome ideas. It has been said that life is what you make it. Well, I'm happy to say that we are making a wonderful life together. We're looking forward to a 2011 filled with new adventures and continued happiness, and we wish the same for you. Take care and bye for now. Love from Doug.